I'm sorry, I'm actually getting like chills.
A little bit.
I remember like playing and just being like, hey man, you want to hang out? And it's like, oh sure, no problem. We never hang out. It's like, oh wait a minute.
Hold on.
And then you're just like, you think you get me? No way. Only to find out that it was actually like the other guy who wanted to kill you.
Right.
You're just like, oh wow, I feel stupid and I ruined a friendship. That's that's a twofer right there.
A twofer,
perfect.
right? The worst two.
So we got to talk about Evo, man.
Of course.
This weekend.
This weekend. Gonna be good.
And I think that honestly, it just feels like anyone could take it this year.
Yeah.
Last year we were looking at Zero. He had a pretty fearsome win streak.
Absolutely fearsome.
And going in, like he didn't even lose a game.
Yeah, it was a sweep.
Yeah, I mean that's unprecedented. He made Evo history, didn't he?
I think so.
And this year, it's just like the complete opposite, where we saw the previous god of the game, and the throne, it feels like it's up for grabs for anyone. Anyways, we'll touch on Evo predictions in a minute. Right now, winners semifinals on the doubles side of Shockwave tonight. The Awestin squad up against the Houstonites.
Yeah, kind of interesting, the fact that it's Dallas and Awestin versus the Corporal from Houston.
Yeah. Team Smash United, no doubt, or no less. Krebs will be opting for the Villager that we've seen him play time and time again. And what are your thoughts on Villager in particular in the teams format? Because I feel he can be an absolute nightmare at times to deal with.
Yeah, he's a really interesting character because he doesn't make like a huge impact on the game a lot of the time. He's not like like for an easy example from last game, Ike, he's not going to be killing people left and right. His overall power across his entire moveset isn't absurdly strong, but he does have a lot of impact everywhere. He's got a lot of control with the projectiles. He's got really good recoveries who can last a really long time. He's got great throws and ways to volley his opponent back and forth. And he has the bowling ball, which can, it's like you're you're in a cartoon fight, and then suddenly a bowling ball drops on your head. Like, that's just it. You don't make it back from that.
Yeah, I feel like there's like an Acme label somewhere on that bowling ball.
Yes, absolutely is.
Shoutouts to Wile E. Coyote. Beyond that, though,
just like that.
I mean, a bit of friendly fire there, but hey,
yeah.
That's 2 stocks for the price of 1, I guess.
Yeah, and I think his partner was actually going to be gone regardless from the back throw afterwards.
And traditionally speaking, whenever I see Cloud in teams, I feel like they tend to lay back a bit more, try to focus more so on charging up the limit and finding opportunities to punish.
Generally.
But we're going to be seeing more of that turtle sort of style.
Very early finishing touch kill, though. Awestin at 59%, half of it, actually managing to land it on the ground on that top platform where that finishing touch hits so hard.
Definitely. And wow, maybe on his final stock, Krebs, he was trying to pocket that PK Thunder. Awestin, a recovery on, an error on recovery. And no way back from that. Forced to use the share stock this early on. This Houston squad is looking absolutely dominant tonight.
Very, very big lead. So Awestin looking to neutralize that some.
ShadowFox. And I don't think I've really seen his Cloud all that often. I know it got top 5 at Low Tier City 4 in doubles, but it's a treat to watch. It really is doing it all. It's creating some of that separation that Krebs needs in order to start the projectile game up. It's finishing those stocks. I mean, what can't this Cloud do?
Right, yeah, and very good finesse on understanding when he can be pushing his hand per se as far as he possibly can. Like when he ran off stage earlier, did not actually have a limit, but was just a little bit charge away. So he knew that if he got hit and pushed too far off stage to recover, which did happen, he could charge for just a little bit, get the limit up B back, and survive. Despite
a shaky start, the Awestin squad is actually pulling things back right now. Only within 1 stock difference, and Krebs at 102 presents some serious problems. Awestin, did he actually just bat away that gyro?
I think that's happened yet. I've seen him bat crazier things.
Yeah, last week.
Yeah.
Awestin again on the chase down. The thing about that gyro, it takes a moment to start up. Krebs is hoping that he could use that as a barrier, but that active hitbox was not in time. Down smash, though, from ShadowFox. And that's a really big KO. SaSSy faced with another 2v1. He came up clutch in the last set. Can he do it again this time around?
It's going to be pretty hard. He is going to try and gimp that Cloud. That is the easier character to finish off.
I definitely think that you got to take care of that glass cannon first beyond anything else.
Absolutely. Okay, good up smash, punish. Whoa, I like the idea. Trying to use that limit up B, especially because he's going to get the chance to charge more limit up since his partner's around.
Now Krebs it feels like Krebs' one goal here is just to set up those walls, try to get that limit charged up for his partner. He knows that that's the win condition. Back throw right now. And again, just more time on the clock for them to just build up that limit, build up that resource to win this game. Up air, however, will be the final option that they choose.
Yeah, that was actually a really, really tricky position for SaSSy to be in because he can't stay on the ledge because that tree's coming down on him. If he gets up directly in place, also a pretty good chance he's going to get the tree. And then, of course, ShadowFox waiting in the reserve if he tries to go over it all with that cloud up air, which you don't really get past.
Yeah. I mean, even if you
really happen.
Even if you like rolled past the tree somehow, which I don't even know if that would be possible, when you have a cloud with full limit there,
just chop you up.
Yeah, it was looking like a game of Mousetrap, honestly. And now game 2, off to Duck Hunt. This was the stage that they chose to win game 2 in the last series, put one on the board, albeit a bit unorthodox of a win. On one hand, maybe going to give SaSSy a bit more breathing room to start up his projectile game, but when you're up against Villager, is that really a good thing?
Oh, just barely enough for that up B to kill. Yeah, I mean, you give this team too much to run, then yeah, as you were saying, the Villager being able to use projectiles, set up the bowling balls off the tree, off the plant, off the random dog, and also Cloud, getting to charge his limit whenever you're disengaged. Yeah, it's kind of hard to say who it'll actually benefit.
So far, the breathing room actually seeming to favor red right now. Awestin with another huge stock as SaSSy starts putting in some damage on ShadowFox on stage right. Getting around the bowling ball, so important. That thing can KO monstrously early. Awestin again with that down smash. You mentioned that he loves using that to cover those ledge get up options.
Very tricky to get around.
What is the optimal way to get around it?
It's hard to say. I feel rolling doesn't really work because then you get caught on the other side of it. Get up in place obviously gets eaten up. Jump directly from the ledge. I think it depends on your character and your spacing if it can actually get around it. But generally you want to go above it.
I know, that makes sense. Right now we got to talk about red. They went above and beyond with the adjustments here.
Yeah.
SaSSy has just as many stocks as the entire blue squadron.
Yeah, it's not looking quite as dominant as that first game.
Oh, definitely not. I think a really big difference is they've shut down Blue's game plan overall, except for the bowling ball from Krebs, shutting me up immediately. But beyond that one moment, it feels like Krebs isn't having as much time to really set up the projectile game or having as much utility off of it. And beyond that, we're not seeing ShadowFox just bully his way in with his normals as easily as he did in the last game.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of a reversal of how first game the blue team really demolished Awestin's stocks, like went after him and took him down. They've kind of done the same thing against ShadowFox here. Now that he's, he is Cloud. He doesn't have a great recovery. He's kind of a good combo weight. And that back air, back throw is going to finish that off.
Awestin, oh, is that a potential save, actually, courtesy of ShadowFox?
Oh, and that's pretty much the nail on the coffin there. Yeah. Falling off too low for Cloud to recover, super low percent too, right after he took the stock.
And now Krebs, that's tough.
Yeah, that's fighting for dear life, and that neutral air has no qualms about taking that away.
Very true. I was hoping he'd be able to get a little bit more data, but at that kind of a percent,
No friendlies match.
I mean, it's
I
tough.
will DQ you, both winners and losers. Please don't play friendlies. Not right now.
And now game 3, a reversal of fortune, with game 1 being so much in favor of blue and game 2 the complete opposite. What was so key in particular to the change-up that we saw?
I think a big part of it, like I mentioned, is the early kills that they got on ShadowFox. Reversing that, like the lots of kills that they got on Awestin from game 1. I mean, that's the name of the game. You finish your opponent's stocks and you win. If you can do it so early like that and so quickly before your opponents can get any momentum going, you get a huge advantage going into the game.
And when you're scoring off against a duo like this, if you can make Cloud look like a bad character, you're doing your job perfectly.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
exactly what this red squad hopes to do. ShadowFox, he has that limit charged. We haven't seen it used all that much from an offensive standpoint, aside from that finishing touch on that top plat in game 1. Wondering if things are going to turn around. Instead, just going to be using the slight buffs, going to use that long range he has on that back air to take the stock from Awestin.
Spike on the Villager, but Villager recovery is going to be able to make it back from that.
Yet again, a very close game. Even though the percent is in favor of red right now, I give a slight edge towards blue because of how impactful that limit can be. Oh! And that could have actually been disastrous for blue. SaSSy with the interruption of the friendly fire rather than...
Yeah, Awestin probably would have survived that. He was at like 67% in the middle of the string. But yeah, his partner at 90, so maybe not. With Villager, not a terribly heavy character.
Big down smash. Catching SaSSy off guard and putting him down to stock. The back throw, however, will put ShadowFox down one, and they're hoping to lay waste to Krebs as well.
Gonna be some... Okay, very nice side B from Krebs there, interrupting the down throw combo. Gotta lose his stock in the scramble afterwards.
ShadowFox. I have to wonder how much limit he has built up right now. Doesn't matter. He's going to be put down to 0. Krebs way off stage here. And again, this is looking very grim for blue. They're going to need some very decisive KOs, but if there's any duo that can do it, it's the duo of Cloud and Villager.
Okay, nice strings coming out from SaSSy, putting on some damage on ShadowFox. Okay, I actually really like the full hop downer there, going over the gyro from his partner.
Yeah, I feel like that full up downer, at times it feels like it can be tough for Ness to really punish, especially a Ness like Awestin, who's so content to come in with those up airs. Clim Hazard.
Not enough.
ShadowFox. He's just taking the time. He's hoping that Krebs can be the stock tank for a bit longer so he can build the resource that is limit. But that gyro, it's the nail in the coffin. Krebs trying to go for the nair to save his teammate. He's not going to be able to, and the up air is going to put him into loser's bracket. Great showing from Houston initially, but the turnaround from Awestin and SaSSy was too much for them to handle.
Yeah, I feel like now that you mentioned the the limit break, the finishing touch game 1, that was really like it really set the pace of game 1, and they really ran away with it whenever they had that pace set. But yeah, it didn't really land any other finishing touches. Didn't really land many other limit kills in general, other than that one. No,
I think so much of that really was just so key on shutting down ShadowFox early, right? You might be able to have like Krebs playing like that insect that's constantly buzzing around in your ear,
picking you and annoying you.
But at the end of the day, if most of the KOs are coming from someone like Cloud, and you can make Cloud look as glassy as Awestin and SaSSy did.
Yeah.
I mean,